The Karve Overlander, made by our cousins up north in Canada. Difficult to get right now because of the tariffs, but if you can, pick it up. It's a phenomenal razor, guys. If you want the TLDR version of it, it's a great razor. This is the one in stainless steel. Um, very mild razor, so it is perfect if you just want a mild shave. You can put a medium or a mild blade, or if you like me who likes a BBS shave, every time all I did was use the same standard plate and I put a feather blade in it, and it cuts like butter. It's phenomenal. So if that is all that you wanted to find out from the video in terms of is it good? Yes, it is. It really is. But stick around with me while I take you through a few more details of Karve Shaving Company, what are the other razors that they sell, how much does this cost. Obviously, right now, in the middle of 2025, because of all the tariffs and all that, Karve stopped shipping their stuff across here to the US. But in case if you're able to pick it up in some kind of uh, group on Facebook or on Reddit, somebody's selling it, don't sleep on it. Great razor. So stick around with me while I first take you through some details about the razor, how much it weighs, how much it costs, all that kind of stuff. And then, if you have the time, I would be extremely happy if you stick around with me while I finish the shave as well. And why don't we do a shave together at the same time? All right, guys, let's go on to my study and take a look at the Karve Shaving Company's Overlander. All right, so we're on the Karve Shaving Company website. The website is very simple, karveshaving.com. So Karve Shaving sells three basic razors. One is a Bison, which is right here. I have already done a review of this particular razor if you'd like to check it out on my channel. And then these are the two other razors that they have. The CB stainless, basically CB stands for Christopher Bradley. I do not own this razor yet. This is a razor that you can customize with a variety of base plates, switching it up or down, milder to something not very mild based on whatever you want. And you can go ahead and buy multiple base plates for this. I do not own this. As and when I do, I will definitely do a review of that to help you guys out. The one that we are going to focus on is this one, the Overlander. I have the one in stainless. They also go ahead and sell in brass as well. So if you were to go ahead and click on that website, you'll notice that the cost of this razor is 295 Canadian dollars, which on today's rate is around 1.25 USD. Now this comes with a single base plate. You can't go ahead and switch this up. So the only way that you can switch up or down is basically the kind of blade that you would want to use. So if you want a milder shave, you will choose a milder blade, something like Persona Platinum, Gillette Silver Blue, so on and so forth. If you want a slightly closer shave, you'll just switch up the blade. You will use something sharper, probably like a feather. So in terms of specifications, these are what these specs are. The blade gap is a very neutral 0.73 millimeters. Blade exposure is very slightly positive at 0.07, and it weighs 102 grams. But it's a good razor, guys. As you guys will see in the video, it can take off a couple of days of growth with ease. And again, you can switch it up or down based on what you want and the kind of blade that you're going to use. All right, having said that, let's get back to the shave. All right, we are back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a shave with this razor. So I've got a once used feather blade in this, and I've got a couple of days of growth. So let's get lathered up and let's go through the shave. So for the purposes of the shave today, we are going to be using Doppelganger Gray by PAA, which I think is a copy of Creed Aventus. Okay, for the brush, we are going to be using timeless razors, and this is a 26 millimeter Sinbad knot. But you guys got to see what we're going to use for the shaving bowl. Look at this beauty. This is nice, right? Okay, so this is made of ceramic. Let me hang on to this. I don't want to drop it. As you guys can see, beautiful work. And guys, I'm all about supporting small shops. Again, all of this is ceramic, so you can hang on to this. You can put the brush here. So this opens up. And this is how it looks on the inside. It's just phenomenal. So I will link the shop where I went ahead and I picked this up from. I think it was for 85 bucks, and I had a coupon for 10 bucks off, so I picked it up for 75. The only thing about this particular shop, and I've shown you guys one more bowl that I have with them, they make the bowls once you order it, so it takes a couple of months for it to get in. But as you can see, it's absolutely worth it. I mean, look at all these small little details. The person has put a kind of a screw over here, which goes, I would presume, you know, with the theme of the screw on top over here. Oh, just beautiful. So I have not yet used that bowl. This is the first time I'm going to use it. I want to share it with you guys, how it lathers. So let's get a little bit of this. Let's scoop it up. Let's put it in the lather bowl. Let's lather up, and then I'll be back with you once the lather is ready. Be back shortly. All right, we are ready to lather. If you guys can see, very little soap. And with the magic of video, here is once it's lathered up. So we have the lather ready in the brush, and we have so much of lather in the bowl. So now we're ready for the shave. Let me get the lather on, and we will start with the first pass. All right, my friends, we're ready for the very first pass. Let's go with the crane. So I got a haircut done yesterday. I told the lady not to shape my sideburns. I find it easy to do it by myself. PAA soaps are so good with the CK6 base. Takes very little soap, lots of water. Keep that in mind. And within minutes, you have a beautiful lather. Really good. All right, let's do the sideburns here. Even with the feather blade, it's really mild in terms of how it feels. So lots of stubble, guys, if you guys can see. Residual slickness on PA soaps is always good, as you guys can see. All right, we're done with pass 1. Let's wash up, come back for pass 2. All right, guys, pass number 2, across the grain. Let's go. If you guys have seen my previous shaves, these are the areas which are the toughest for me. But the way that it bends the blade, the angle, and obviously the sharpness of the blade, this is pretty much gone. All right, guys, let's wash up and see how we did. Then do the third pass. You know we'll need the third pass and the fourth pass. So let's just do it. So second pass done. You guys can hear it, right? I'll need my third pass. Most definitely. Yeah. Against the grain is a necessity for me, not something that I can just not do. Then I'll feel like I've really not shaved. All right, let's put the lather and get ready for pass three. All right, we are ready for pass three. And for this one, what I've noticed is, in my case, might be different for yours, but rather than shaving in this way, I need to ride the cap a little bit more. It gives me a little bit of a closer shave. All right, let's go. Against the grain. Now the big trouble area of my face, the mustache. All right, let's wash up and see how is it that we did. So we're back and good shave. Let's just quickly do the touch-up areas that I normally have. Touch-up pass. All right, we're done. Let's wash it. Let's try putting the alum and see how we did. This alum block is coming to an end. A little bit of a sting, but that's because I blade buffed multiple times. But nothing to bite. Nothing bites too hard. That's because the razor overall is quite mild, even with a feather blade. Yeah, pretty good. Very good. It was a good shave, guys. So let me keep this for 30 seconds and then wash it off. So let's quickly talk about the Karve razor. Again, this is the Karve Overlander. Excellent razor, as you guys saw, made of stainless steel. Overall, great razor, guys. I hope you found the video useful, and I hope that you have a great week ahead. Till next week, take care and bye-bye.